Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Health, Hygiene and Wellness, and thank you so much for watching Imani Television, the #1 TV station that builds your faith in Jesus Christ. Now, welcome to another episode of our health program. My name is Barasa Saenyi. In the program today, I have Dr. Robert Nyandika. We are still discussing matters of our health, about our wellness, about our hygiene, and how we can stabilize our health living. Now, welcome sana daktari to our program today.
Karibu, asante.
Yeah. And we'll be discussing about tobacco and its effects, the uses, the diseases that are associated with the use of tobacco, and many other factors that will emerge from tobacco use. I'm just looking at the statistics. They say that 8.5% and 11.7% are predicted that they will smoke in 2023 if the current trends remain unchanged.
It can even go beyond.
So it can go beyond.
It can go beyond.
If we are talking about tobacco, Daktari, what is tobacco maybe?
Okay, first of all, tomorrow we are the world is celebrating World Tobacco Day.
Yes.
Because of the effects of tobacco.
Yes.
Health effects of tobacco to the population. So the aim of or the motto of tomorrow's it says let's move away from tobacco. Instead of growing tobacco, let's grow food. Yes, let's grow food and not tobacco. Yeah, because of the effects of the tobacco.
Yes.
Now tobacco, to answer your question, tobacco is a plant or is a product which has what a substance called nicotine, and then nicotine is a very toxic substance in tobacco, and it is highly addictive once you have started using the tobacco. Yes. So we normally say that according to science,
yes,
once you start smoking or using tobacco,
yes,
there are so many ways of using tobacco. There are others who can use it through cigarettes, smoking. Others can chew. Others can put through mapua. Those are ways of using tobacco.
Now, Doctor, you can sniff, you can smoke.
Yes.
Other ways.
Yeah.
Does it mean that the tobacco plant itself is just toxic, or
what is inside that tobacco?
The nicotine aspect.
That is the most dangerous. This is what we are talking about. That substance is very toxic. It is a chemical toxic to human body.
After realizing that tobacco contains nicotine and that is the addictive part of it, does it mean that when we separate, if we can try to separate nicotine from tobacco, it is a healthy plant as it is?
How can you separate it?
So it cannot be separated.
It cannot be separated. So it is like you say, you separate blood from your body. You know your body is just a vessel. Once we remove that blood, you will die.
Because thinking of it, I'm just looking at the fact that
okay, if you remove nicotine if using various ways from that plant, then the plant becomes useless. So, but there are so many ways of preserving.
So the plant is tobacco because of the nicotine.
Because of the nicotine. So that nicotine, we normally say once you take the baths, about 10 seconds, that bath, it goes to various parts of the body. It can go to the brain,
yes,
to the heart, to the liver, lungs, and other parts of the body. But it becomes more dangerous when it goes to the brain. That's how now a human being becomes addictive. Once it goes to the brain, there is a substance the brain produces called dopamine. Dopamine is the one that makes you to become an addictive. It is a kind of chemical.
Yes.
The brain releases, and then you feel good. You just feel good once you have taken it.
So dopamine is the feel good hormone.
Yeah, hormone. You feel good. So if you have not taken it, you feel like there is something you're missing. You smoke or you use it, then it produces dopamine. That frequency of releasing dopamine, you feel good, you feel energetic, you become an addict. Yes.
Do we categorize tobacco as stimulant or antidepressant, or which kind of
it's somehow, because you feel good and you feel a lot of energy somehow, we can call it a stimulant. It stimulates your body to a certain environment, so it can be a stimulant. Like what you call bang. Bang is sometimes a stimulant, but it kills you. Yeah.
Now, Dr. after realizing that the tobacco plant has nicotine and is toxic, why do they make cigarettes then?
We are trying to discourage. We are trying to discourage cigarette smoking, discourage the industry. If you cut the source,
yes,
eventually those industries will become useless.
Yes.
But again, that's what we are aiming at. Even a disease, when a disease comes up, the only way to prevent that disease, you stop the transmission, meaning you cut the source. You find where the source is. You eliminate the source, then there is no disease. The same way, if we discourage people from planting tobacco,
yes,
there will be no industries. Yeah, that's where we are heading to.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's head to what tobacco does to someone.
Okay, tobacco has several effects. Let's start from an individual. When we have tobacco, when you use tobacco,
yes,
the nicotine inside, the nicotine that you use, it inhales the blood arteries and veins, meaning that you make the heart to work hard and using a lot of energy
to pump
blood.
Yes.
You can develop what we call cardiovascular diseases, including even stroke. Then there is that thing called carbon monoxide in smoke also.
Yes.
Carbon monoxide, when it enters into your body, it deprives your body of oxygen. Oxygen is the one that helps the blood to flow inside your body.
Oxygen through hemoglobin.
Yes. Now it becomes a problem when it comes to blood flow. Then there is tar. Tar is that shoot, like that one appears in a chimney.
The black one.
The black
soot.
Yes.
Yes.
That shoot is very dangerous to the lungs. Imagine now your lungs appears like a chimney, and then there is a problem of breathing. Of course, once you have a problem in breathing, then you will develop other conditions which can easily kill you at any time. Then there is what we call phenol. Phenol is also found in smoke. Phenol kills cells. There are some cells that are here on the mucous membrane of the nose and the air passages. It kills all those cells. Those cells are very important because they prevent infections from entering into your body. So once they are dead now, you can easily get those infections. So that kind of phenol is the one that kills all those cells.
How long does it take, Dr. for you to realize these effects, or say, I'm now feeling the effects of smoking tobacco?
Once you have become an addict, you may realize, or somebody, there are things that we call blind self.
Yes.
Blind self is that you don't see what is in you, but somebody somewhere is seeing it there.
Yes.
So some people may realize, others may not realize once you have become an addict. So, but it depends on the frequency of using those tobacco products. If you continue using them, you become an addict. And then once you have become an addict, you start what we call withdrawal. You feel that you are missing something, you have to take it, or you can withdraw from others. You choose your friends. Ukiona umeanza kuchagua friends wenye wanatumia tobacco, then you are becoming an addict. Yes.
So that is one of the signs.
Yes, one of the signs. You feel it, once umekuwa an addict, there's something you miss. The one I said, dopamine.
Yes, dopamine.
Dopamine is the one that influences you to smoke, because that substance, once you miss it, you feel like getting it. Yeah, inakusukuma uende kuitafuta tobacco. You feel good. Yeah, that is it.
Daktari, someone says, I just had one puff, as you said, one puff of cigarette.
Okay.
Does it have any effects to my body?
One puff may not have an effect, because you
I just smoked one cigarette
once just because of leisure.
Yes.
And then you stopped. It might not have some effect. It can't.
How long or how many cigarettes does it take for?
You don't count cigarettes. You count the frequency of use. How often do you use it? If you use it maybe 2-3 times a day, if you use it always, you are becoming an addict. Yes, once you become an addict, then it will make you use it always. Then the effects of tobacco is not, it takes time. The effects builds up slowly by slowly. Eventually you will see the effects. Yeah.
The urge to smoke, Daktari, does it come from inwards, or it's something that someone develops?
No, it is something that you develop. It is not an inborn. It is not inherited. It is something that you decide. Yeah, that's why we normally educate our youths, because that's where it starts from.
Yes.
Try to avoid these things at your tender age, because once you start at that level, eventually you will become another addict and stop living that environment.
Yes.
Becomes hard. It is very costly. Yeah.
Now, now after using tobacco, you realize that maybe you'll develop some cardiovascular diseases. What are some other effects of using tobacco? Cardiovascular disease is one of them. Another, we have chronic lung diseases, and then we have diabetes also. All of these non-communicable diseases, mostly they are associated with smoking, tobacco products, smoking. Yeah, non-communicable diseases, lifestyle diseases, they are associated with the smoking. Yes. Now, maybe cardiovascular diseases and these non-communicable diseases
like diabetes, high blood pressure, most of them are associated with smoking. And remember, it is not a must that you have to smoke. We have second-hand smokers. We call it passive smoking.
Yes.
Passive smoking, nikiweka kwa Kiswahili inamaanisha, for example, in a family, there is one person in a household or in smoking.
Yes.
It will affect the rest, including children, because of what the content which is inside the smoke. You inhale. Once you inhale, you and the person who is directly smoking, you are the same. Yes.
Doctor, can you paint for us a picture of how tobacco does to someone's body, especially to the lungs, now that you inhale or smoke it through smoking? Now, what does it do to the body of someone? Because that is, I think that is the point that we should explain or point it out to our viewers.
Yes. Once the picture is that the person who is smoking,
yes,
what the content of that smoke, it has nicotine.
Yes.
It is the nicotine which affects our bodies. Yeah. So if you smoke, maybe the content, the percentage might vary, because the one who is smoking directly, you get a very big dose, unlike the person who is next
a
to the
passive smoker.
Passive smoker.
Yes.
But eventually, you know, if you are in that environment,
Yes.
Eventually it will affect you. That's why you get so many people with some cancers and other conditions, and yet you are not a smoker. But you got it through the other person. So once it enters your body, that smoke, that shoot, it piles in your lungs.
Yes.
As I said, once you take that puff, within 10 seconds, it spreads inside your body and the other organs.
Yes.
That is how it affects even you, the non-smokers. You are a passive smoker, second-hand smoker. Once you have inhaled, it also affects you the same way it affects the other person.
So it's a pile-up of soot in
Soot,
inside your lungs.
Yes, the shoot that piles in your lung, and the contents of the nicotine.
One last question before we take a short break, Daktari. I can see the discussion is really getting tough. Someone says, I've been smoking for 30 years and I don't feel any effects.
The effects will come eventually. Okay, you know, some people may not realize. You might have problems either in breathing. Your breath is not the same as the way you are born. The breath, the way ile harufu inatoka kwako.
Yes.
Kuna harufu inatoka different from the others. That is an effect. If you look at the fingers of the smokers, utaona ni tofauti. Zingine zimeturn the color, yellowish. Some of them, the teeth, it affects the teeth. But rangi ya meno imebadilika.
Yes.
If you look at those people at the lips, the lips, you will tell this is a smoker and this is a non-smoker. That is an health effect, because hapo kwa lips kuna some cells zimewawa. Those cells are very important kwa mucous membrane, ziko kwa mdomo. Those cells zimekufa. So those are health effects. Inside your body, it might be affecting your organs slowly by slowly, and eventually it might take long, yes, but eventually you will get the effects. Then there is mental connection with the tobacco use. There is an association of mental connection and tobacco use, like depression, anxiety. Those are mental problems that are associated with it. I'm not saying totally there are it is only tobacco which causes mental problem, but there is scientists have said there is an effect, there is an association between smoking, tobacco using product, now mental problem, mental health problems. Yes.
All right. Let's take a short break here on health, hygiene and wellness. Don't go too far. We'll be back with much more about tobacco use and the effects of tobacco use.